11 abandoned places that feel frozen in time. Imagine stepping into a place where time seems to stand still, where the echoes of the past are so strong you can almost hear the people who once inhabited it. Sounds eerie, right? Well, that's the allure of abandoned places. Their eerie stillness captures the imagination in ways few other locations can. From forgotten villages to deserted theme parks, these places offer a haunting glimpse into the past, often frozen in time and left to decay. In this video, we're going to explore 11 abandoned places around the world that feel like they've been untouched by time. These sites are both beautiful and eerie, often filled with secrets waiting to be uncovered. So grab your gear and let's dive into these fascinating, time-capsuled locations that will make you question how much we really know about the past. Pripyat, Ukraine. Located near the infamous Chernobyl nuclear power plant, Pripyat is perhaps one of the most well-known abandoned places in the world. This once thriving city of over 50,000 people was evacuated in 1986 after the catastrophic nuclear disaster. What makes Pripyat so haunting is how it remains preserved, almost as it was the day people left. From abandoned amusement parks to overgrown playgrounds, it feels as though the inhabitants simply vanished overnight, leaving behind a ghostly imprint. The decay of buildings, rusting swings, and peeling paint tell a story of a sudden and dramatic end. And the unsettling part? It's not just about the physical abandonment, it's the eerie silence that permeates every corner. The risks of radiation contamination still exist, which is why only guided tours are available, making it a powerful reminder of the human cost of technological failure. Tsushima Island, Japan, often referred to as Battleship Island because of its resemblance to a warship, Tsushima Island is a once bustling coal mining hub that is now a crumbling ghost town. Located off the coast of Nagasaki, Japan, the island was home to thousands of miners and their families during its peak in the 1950s. However, by the 1970, the coal mines were depleted and the island was abandoned. Now, the island is a haunting reminder of a once thriving industrial society. The buildings, though decaying, still stand as a testament to the island's industrial past, with eerie remnants like crumbling high-rise apartments and rusting infrastructure scattered across the desolate landscape. Hishima's isolation, combined with its industrial history, makes it a chilling yet fascinating place to visit. Centralia, Pennsylvania, USA. Centralia is an abandoned town in Pennsylvania that has become the stuff of legends. Known for its underground coal fire that has been burning since 1962, Centralia is a unique and eerie site. Over the years, the fire spread beneath the town, releasing dangerous gases and causing the ground to collapse in some places. The entire population was eventually forced to evacuate, and today, the once bustling town is a haunting landscape of cracked streets, overgrown vegetation, and the occasional plume of smoke rising from the ground. What makes Centralia so surreal is the fact that, despite the town's abandonment, parts of it still exist in a time capsule-like state. The remnants of old houses, roads, and signs remain, slowly being overtaken by nature. While it's illegal to enter certain parts of Centralia due to safety concerns, the town's eerie atmosphere and ongoing danger create a strange fascination. Bodie, California. Bodie, located in California, is one of the most well-preserved ghost towns in the United States. Once a bustling gold rush town in the late 1800s, Bodie reached its peak population of about 10,000 people before a slow decline led to its abandonment in the 1940s. What's incredible about Bodie is that it remains a time capsule, with over 170 buildings still standing in various stages of decay. The town's dry climate has helped preserve many of the structures, which are now open to the public as part of Bodie State Historic Park. Walking through the town feels like stepping back in time, with dusty saloons, rusting machinery, and abandoned homes that look as though the inhabitants could return at any moment. It's one of those rare places where the sense of history is palpable, and you can almost hear the voices of the past echoing through the building. Varosha, Cyprus. Varosha is an intriguing and unsettling abandoned resort town located on the east coast of Cyprus. Once a popular tourist destination in the 1970s, it was deserted following the Turkish invasion of Cyprus in 1974. Since then, Varosha has been frozen in time, with its hotels, homes, and restaurants left to decay. What makes this town even more surreal is that it has remained under military control for decades, effectively sealing it off from the public. The windows of the buildings are covered with thick layers of dust, and vegetation has slowly started to overtake the streets. The eerie thing about Varosha is that it feels like the people who once lived there just vanished. It's not just about abandoned buildings, it's about the stories and lives that were abruptly cut short. Chernobyl power plant and reactor No. 4, Ukraine. While Chernobyl's nearby town of Pripyat is the most well-known abandoned location in the area, the Chernobyl power plant itself is a site that is just as chilling. The remains of reactor No. 4, which famously exploded in 1986, are still surrounded by a concrete sarcophagus meant to contain the radiation. Though the area around the power plant has been evacuated, the remnants of the disaster are still visible. The reactor's concrete structure, known as the New Safe Confinement, was built to prevent further radioactive contamination from leaking into the environment. While the area surrounding the plant remains a no-go zone, for most people due to the lingering radiation, it's possible to visit the Chernobyl exclusion zone with a guide. The power plant's eerie silence, combined with the dangerous remnants of the accident, gives it a terrifying and ghostly atmosphere. Heilstatten, Germany. Belitz-Heilstatten is a sprawling former sanatorium located just outside Berlin, Germany. Built in the 19th century, the complex was originally designed to treat tuberculosis patients. However, it became notorious during World War I and World War II as a hospital for wounded soldiers, and even Adolf Hitler spent some time here after being injured in World War I. After the wars, the complex fell into disuse and was eventually abandoned in the 1990s after the fall of the Berlin Wall. Now, Belitz-Heilstatten is a haunting place, filled with overgrown vegetation and crumbling buildings. The long hallways, old medical equipment, and peeling walls make the sanatorium a chillingly atmospheric location, as though the souls of its past inhabitants still linger. Krakow, Italy. Krakow is an abandoned medieval hilltop village in southern Italy that looks like something straight out of a ghost story. Located in the region of Basilicata, this ancient village dates back to the 8th century and was once home to hundreds of residents. However, after a series of natural disasters, including landslides and earthquakes, the village was abandoned in the 1967. Today, Krakow stands in eerie solitude, its narrow streets and crumbling buildings offering a haunting glimpse into Italy's distant past. The town's isolated location and the rugged terrain that surrounds it only add to the feeling of abandonment. What's fascinating about Krakow is the way time has essentially stopped there. While the rest of the world has continued to evolve, Krakow remains a frozen relic of the past. If you ever find yourself exploring one of these eerie locations, remember that you're not just looking at old buildings, you're stepping into the remnants of a forgotten history. So, what do you think? Would you dare to visit these chilling places, or are they best left to the imagination? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more incredible places like these.